Welcome back. On this week's Spotlight Music Series, let's welcome Charleston-based multi-instrumentalist, singer-songwriter HRLUM Farr. Good to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
You have a beautiful voice.
Oh.
I love your voice. You have a beautiful voice, and the way you play your music, it's very soothing. How would you describe your genre?
Ooh, so I struggle trying to define it. But my influences are jazz, neo-soul, soul music itself, R&B.
Yeah.
I'm really a sponge.
Yeah, which I think as a musician you kind of have to be these days. There's a lot of inspiration to pull from. But when you say neo-soul, so how is that different from sort of the traditional soul that a lot of people are used to?
So in the late 90s, early 2000s, there was kind of like a movement. It was with Erykah Badu, D'Angelo, Bilal, like these.
Would you include India Ari?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay,
like neo soul, it was just coined that because it was very reminiscent of like jazz and soul music, but it had like a hip hop sort of flair to it. So it was like this new thing.
And very acoustic as well.
Yeah.
Well, why does that sound particularly attract you?
I think because I grew up in the 2000s.
Yeah,
so it's like, it feels familiar. It's also just, it feels really good. Like the way that they put jazz into it, like the chords and the harmony feels very jazz.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you're in a great place for jazz. I mean, South Carolina has such a rich jazz history too. Yeah. So as you're going through school and then you're deciding, okay, do I want to become a professional musician? How did you make that leap? When did you decide to take it
just meeting people here in Charleston, like the community here, other musicians really brought me along and pushed me and was like, yeah, you can do it too. Like you can perform, you can hold your own, you can gig.
So that's what you've been doing. You've been gigging and writing your own music. Well, you've got a couple of shows coming up. Going to be at College of Charleston next week, the 5th through the 7th, and it's called Developing a Southern Equity Agenda Community Gathering. Tell me a little bit more about this.
Yes, so I'm really honored to be part of that. It is through MDC, which is a nonprofit organization. So they basically address racial equity and poverty in the southern region, which is very, relevant to me and my lineage and where I come from. Just, to be part of that, I feel honored to be part of that conversation and contributing.
And you hail from Spartanburg, so we got to give Spartanburg a shout out.
Exit 4.
And then coming up Wednesday, February 7th at the Royal Missionary Baptist Church, Envisioning an Equitable South. So is this sort of the same message that you're going to be taking to the church as well?
They're going to be supporting like equitable entrepreneurship, so focusing like how to get resources for women entrepreneurs, African American women and Latino women entrepreneurs.
Great. That's great. Do you have any new music coming out?
Yes. So I'm currently working on my debut EP.
Congratulations.
So we'll see. I have a tentative date, but I don't want to prematurely.
I was just going to say, when is this?
Sometime this year.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we'll keep our tabs on you. But you are going to be performing for us coming up after the break. What is the name of the song?
Energy.
Energy, everybody. Coming up after the break. Don't go anywhere.